From the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06, welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! A great effort there. 77 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. 180! Let's go, let's go!
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball,
here we go.
4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Looking sideline, incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And now it's second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And now he'll tuck it and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Airing it out for Hamilton. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Now Sanders. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo now. Buying time to his left. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Garoppolo. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's taken down inside the 30. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Lions will take over.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, Kansas. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Maurice Hurst, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He's going to fire one deep, middle, trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Olivier Vernon. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets it down to the 32.
Here we go.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Garoppolo. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me.
Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got Gordon open, completes it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo, and he connects with Ertz. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
21. Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Jimmy Garoppolo, as time expires in the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Got him in. It's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup there. 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before? This worked well that I can go to right now.
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. They find some open field here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Garoppolo looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
11.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Steps away, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Garoppolo. And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for fourth down. Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's got it. This is Bilal Powell. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And this is complete. It's Marshall.
Here we go.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Here we go.
Kendall Beckwith. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jarius Wright, his third touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On second down, it's Sanders. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Got a man. It's right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on third down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Maurice Hurst in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 16, Garoppolo is going to fire one deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go. 180. 6. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here we go. 180. 21, 21. Come on, QB, come on. 21, 21.
To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be fielded at the 8. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
That's a pretty strong return to start this overtime. And you know that if you run some decent offense, you should have a shot at a field goal. But I'd have to think to myself, I want the 6 points. I want this game over now. I don't want to give the other team a chance to come back and beat me.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Now they try the right side here. A beautiful fake. There he goes, right side. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bucs, it's just their 3rd win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.